Alright guys, welcome back to another cast with Trend Following Tyson. The markets have been exceptionally well. The trends we're following have been exceptionally well, pretty consistent. So it's just business as usual. Let's just keep riding these winners, keep riding these waves, keep cutting these losers. And let's pick up a quote. I seen something nice from when I was on Twitter today, something nice from Mr. Mark Minervini, and I asked him if I can use this quote, and he gave me the green light. So if I can use this tweet, and he gave me the green light on that. So go ahead and take a look at this tweet from Mark Minervini. I appreciate being able to have access to this to give it to you guys. So let's go ahead and take it from here. After 6 initial years, 1983 through 1989, of making virtually no progress in the stock market, I then made more in a single week than I dreamed of making in a year. I experienced what the English poet Robert Browning meant when he wrote, "A minute's success pays the failure of years." So, it's very important, especially when you're in this trading atmosphere, to stay consistent, to stay strong. It's like mental stability and mental toughness is like one of the main keys of trading. It's like that stability. You need that stability within one's mind, and you need that stability to be consistent. And even if the going gets tough, as you just heard Minervini, he kind of was at stagnant for 6 years, and then he made in a week what he didn't dream that he'd make in a year. So I think that's important to keep that grind up. All right, it's very important to keep that mental stability alive and keep that going. And what I'm saying, your mental capital is just as valuable as your currency capital. So your actual money capital, your actual capital itself. Okay, so keep that in mind and take that with you. So, and may I add to that, that's kind of like taking a risk. I mean, if you look at someone who works a job for 20 years, and if you look at someone who works a job, someone who's trading, someone who works a job and that's waiting on a retirement for 20 years, you're taking a risk. You could be stagnant for, if you're at a job waiting for a retirement, you're basically going to be stagnant until that retirement. In my opinion, that's kind of like a stagnant position in itself. Okay. So I look at trading as, if I'm going to be working for 20 years, I might as well be trading for 20 years. Maybe I can actually build something here. Maybe I can actually get forward here. Maybe I can actually accomplish some goals and create some capital. That way we can, if it's like an old saying, the way I see things is, if you want to help other people, you have to put yourself in a position to help people. You can't help anyone if you don't have the means of helping anyone. All right. So I look at trading sometimes as a means of being able to create. That way I can help. That way I can thrive. That way I can kind of build plateaus for the people coming behind me, so to speak. All right. So, but you heard it from Mark Minervini, and I kind of like to sum that up. So that mental capital is just as important as that your actual capital. Okay. Very nice from Mark Minervini. All right, let's get into the trend picture. CERS. CERS. All right, we traded this one earlier this year, you guys. I remember I told you guys, and I told the guys in my group about how it was breaking this thing and kind of had that same little slant of higher highs and higher lows. And when it broke this, we knew it was a major move, and we're at 725 now. I like these levels here inside of 650 besides this last swing low to hold up these prices where we last dropped off at 650. Okay, 675 actually. I like it to hold this candle here for the continuation. So look for continuation on CERS. Not even throughout June, throughout the rest of the year. BLFS home run here. Alright, you guys know I traded this thing earlier this year. Wonderful stock. Traded up through the top, consolidated, popped up. And I took a long back when we got through this consolidation here. Alright, back when we got through this. So I'm long BFLS. Can't believe it's a $13 stock now. You talk about following home runs. There it is right there. I like it to hold this last 1260 on the 5-day. A lot of activity on this stock. Alright. A lot of activity on this stock. The last 5 days, in the last month, in the last year. Okay. The upside doesn't stop, guys. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that, but this thing is rolling and it's continuing to roll, and we're just riding the wave. All right. Little pullback here. See that pullback, and we just totally rallied over that pullback here, and we rallied above it. Slight pullback here, and we rallied again. Pull back here, and we rallied again. Pull back here, I imagine we rallied. Right? You get the picture. BLFS, INTELSAT. Another home run I hit this year. You guys hit it with me on this show. Alright, I traded it up in here. My favorite little consistency of higher highs and higher lows, and I just get long. And I just ride this thing until I see where it goes. So we rode this wave up here, pulled back, made another higher high above that. Okay? This thing's a $20 stock now. Alright? I can't believe this thing's a $20 stock. I mean, when I started opening up longs here, at this area, 650 and 7, I had no idea we were going to get to 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20. Don't turn the $20,000 profit into a $2,000 profit. You heard it on the last show with Jesse Livermore. I'm gonna start giving you guys that little piece there about turning a profit into a cheap profit. Don't cheat yourself, basically. So look for INTELSAT to find itself and continue on. I don't trade news. I don't know about the debt and all that stuff. I have no idea. Okay. Discovery. Told you guys about this thing Monday. Coming into the week. Alright. Which was here. Wow, and we're just ravaging. I got calls on this. We'll go through the calls in a little bit. Alright, I like the strength here on this stock. As you see, hit a clear bottom here at 21 and just rallied itself. Rallied over this, rallied over this, rallied over this. So we're up here at the top right now on the yearly. On the yearly, we're at the top right, alright? Long-term downtrend, hit the bottom here, and we're trying to break out. But it has made it a substantial move from hitting this bottom here. Alright? So look for a continuation on that thing. I like for it to hold 28. I like for it to hold 27.50. Business as usual there. You guys see it? Rolls, pullback. Rises, pullback. Rises in the pullback. Same business on this chart. Alright? I like the way GoPro's looking. GoPro's looking really nice. Alright? Long-term downtrend. We found a bottom here. Alright, now we're having higher highs and higher lows. GoPro looks wonderful. Humongous upside here. We might not even see that. We got levels to break. We've got levels to get through. So we've got through this. Next dominoes here. Alright, which is where we're sitting at right now. We're sitting right on top of this. See that? Sitting right inside of us. We start trading inside this gap now. Alright, and we start making some higher highs. Watch for these higher highs and lows to continue on GoPro. Alright, if I'm taking a long on this, I like it to hold this last gap up price here. 630. Alright. LIVX, I've opened along here today. That's the 5-day. Here's the 5-day. Looks kind of cruddy. Alright. Open up these candles a little bit. Alright, here's the 5-day. Alright, showed you guys this thing coming in the week. As I show you all these home runs we hit here, you guys. From 8 to 10:40, from what I showed you guys on Monday. Go back and check Monday's show coming into the week. I had LIVX on it. And obviously, if LIVX was on Monday's show, it had to been inside of Monday's prices, right? Okay. Wonderful move on LIVX. I opened along on that thing. Watch for it to hold these areas here, guys. I like for it to hold $10. Alright, LIVX. MNK, I opened along here. Riding these waves, guys. Riding these waves. Showed you guys this one coming into the week as well. Showed you guys this one coming into the week as well. We were at 18. We hit 21. Found a nice little support area here. My guess is we get higher highs and lows. I like this thing to hold this gap up. 19.20. I like it to hold maybe $20, but at least hold $19.79. I'd stop myself at it underneath $19.75, but prices may come to 19 and recoil back up, higher highs and lows here. Let's see the activity behind here. So see what we got here on MNK. A lot of upside. Downtrend here, clear. Uptrend, downtrend coming. All right. So let's see what this. See if we on the 5-year. You see how it looks there, right? On the yearly, we're breaking some higher highs and lows here. A lot of upside. Clear higher highs. Hit a clear bottom at 1250 and just higher highs and lows. That was the bottom. All right. We're not catching the bottoms. We're just trying to catch a ride. All right. We're not catching the bottom. We're just trying to catch a ride when we see that there's higher highs and higher lows. When we notice this is an uptrend, our job is just to ride this uptrend. Okay. All right. See if MNK can get some continuation on it. Well, it's already continued from the 5, from what I showed you guys, from what we did earlier starting off. So obviously there's some continuation and some strength there, all right? Sirius XM, you guys know this winner. All right. You remember how it looks here? We're crossing into this level now, guys. Crossing into here now. Of course, we had this on the show for about a month. Look at the yearly, all the strength there. All right. Look at all that consistency. Okay. If you're barely catching a ride on this, I like for it to hold 720. Because this thing doesn't have major pullback in it. The price action to the upside is more consistent. This is the most major pullback we had in a year. All right. Other than that, it's business as usual on Sirius XM. I've got calls there. We'll go over that shortly. HEAR, another home run. Home run after home run on this show, you guys. And I'm not one of those guys that's telling you, I'm just popping you up tweets like, oh, yeah, you know, we traded this thing back at 450. Like, oh, yeah, really? Where? Like, show me. The fact that you're telling me that you traded this thing back at whatever price, you know, some 200% ago means nothing. Like, show me. What are you talking about? If you want proof about how we traded HEAR, just go back and look in my description case and see when you see HEAR pop up and then see the price. We're trading it around at least way before this gap up here. All right, we were trading. See the trend line? When you guys see trend lines on my show, you guys know this is where we were looking. This was our conclusion on why we liked it to possibly do this. It's because it was doing this. And we got long on this trend line, and then prices rocketed. Remember what I told you guys about lifting off the telepad? Lifting off. Whenever stocks start lifting off, I start taking my longs. And I started taking my longs on HEAR around here. $20-something stock now. So don't say we're not hitting home runs here. All right? Don't mix me with these other guys that are just throwing numbers out there and they don't have any. They can't tell you why they're trading them, what they look like. or any of that. All right? We need two main reasons for us to be trading any stock. One, it's in a clear uptrend. Two, it has consistent higher highs and higher lows. Three, it's over the 200-day moving average, or over the 50-day moving average. All right? Preferably the 100. I don't really use trade moving averages, but we need to be over the 200. I'd like to be over the 200-day and at least over the 50-day, respectfully. Looks kind of funky in this thing here. All right, but I like for HEAR to hold up these prices at 2140 and for some continuation to the upside. This might be a 24. We hit 24, came down, but look what this stock always does. It has pullbacks and it has higher highs. All right, now we're sitting inside this. Look at the support we're holding here. So I like for this thing to hold this support level, and you can stop yourself out below that support level, 2150. But I like for this thing to start setting some higher highs, and then we're going to start coming into this, and this chart's going to start matching like it has been doing. Start matching up here, top of the right. All right, HEAR. YEXT. I've got a call in YEXT. I've got YEXT calls, $20 calls on YEXT, $22 calls, I mean, just for this continuation to continue. If you're looking for a long to ride this beautiful beast, ride this strength, stop yourself out at around 1920, but you can open a long now and just ride this Bronco up. All right? Beautiful stock here on YEXT. All right? Open your longs here and set your stops below this. 1925. 1920, all right? But ride that wave on YEXT. Let's see the upside, see what it's offering, and it's beautiful. Remember, I told you guys about new stocks over and over and over again. I tell you guys about new stocks over and over and over again. When stocks are fairly new, they come out, find the sentiment, and they start making these moves. You need to be buying these curls here, these rounds on price action. I buy these rounds all the time with like an 85% win rate, all right? These rounds here. When you buy these rounds and you let time play out and price action play out, it's a no-brainer, okay? YEXT to continue. ROKU with calls here. Showed you guys this thing a few weeks ago, and I said that I liked it. Fairly new stock, just like YEXT, okay? If you go back on the 5-year and the stock only goes back to October of 2017, it's a new stock, okay? All right, the stock popped up here, recoiled down on some pullback, all right? And you see this, you see the strength. Let's not make this rocket science. You see the rounding. I showed you guys this stock a while ago, and I said, bottom here, pull back, we're higher highs and higher lows. Let's just ride the higher highs and higher lows, guys. And that's what we're doing here. You've seen the best trend followers on my show. Jesse Livermore, Stanley Druckenmiller, George Soros, Paul Tudor Jones. Okay? Michael Covell. Okay? All we're doing is riding waves. We're just surfers, guys. So trend followers have made some of the most wonderful returns in trading. It's the best way to trade for me. I don't know any other way to trade. Go check Michael Covell Trend Following. Beautiful podcast there. Last but not least, the beast of the Middle East, TNDM. See my trend line, guys? Don't tell me, so what? You mean to tell me prices traded up here and then we went back like, oh, we could have traded a trend line here? No. This trend line was here because this is where we were examining this stock on this show, right here, on this show. That's a $20,000 profit you made right here with me. If you were watching this show back then, you said, all right, Tyson, let's see what you got. I like the way TND. Look at this is my number one. This is my number one thing here. You guys already seen this 100 times. Consistent higher highs and higher lows, lifting off this launch pad, and boom. So we were taking longs here on TNDM. We didn't know it was going to do that. We just ride these waves. We don't know what they're going to do. We just ride them. I just got a tweet today on someone asking me about TNDM, asking me when do I plan on selling. And I said I plan on selling when we get to 100. Granted, this stock doesn't get to 100 and we pull back and start setting lower lows and lower lows, and this trend reverses, but the upside on it, now we have curled into here now. I was long here, guys, at 7 something, okay? I was long back here, all right? If you guys ever watch my tweets, when I say I'm just sitting back watching charts fulfilled, don't act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you don't, but I know what I'm talking about. I've listened to enough wealthy billionaire and trillionaire successful trend following traders to know what I say when I'm sitting back and I'm watching charts fulfill. This is what I'm watching. These type of movdilios here. We haven't touched what this stock is offering us up on the upside yet. We haven't even touched what this stock is mainly giving us. Awesome home run there. That's a $20,000 win, according to Jesse Livermore. It's fairly well for me. I've made a few $1,000s there. Not nearly what I should have made, but I'm getting there. All right, so look for TNDM to hold these levels and start setting higher highs. You guys look at the sentiment on the stock. You guys know what it does. Let me go back. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself and anybody else who was trading with us here that did this thing, this dealio. Oh my Lord. No news, no MAs, no nothing. Just pure price action, taking these longs, riding these waves. Trend following at its best. Booyah. Alright? Look for these higher highs that come in. Let me show you guys some calls so we can get out of here. I showed you guys ROKU. Those calls. I got $50 calls on ROKU. Late July. I've got calls on DISCA. You guys, I'm going to start showing you guys some of my 800%, 1000% winners too on these calls. I've got $30 calls on DISCA for continuation late July, August. For continuation, maybe, just maybe, let me see, just maybe, this uptrend has found itself back again. Damn well looks like it. Damn well looks like it. Okay. Woo, DISCA. DISCA calls. You guys know I got Sirius XM calls. DY calls. Let me show you why I got DY calls, and I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys. I'll update the show Sunday and Monday. We'll be ready for war. Remember, I told you guys, the stock market is like a battlefield. If you're going out to war with a slingshot, if you're coming out into the battlefield with a slingshot, and I'm armed with heavy artillery, my Lord. Guys, don't come out. Don't come armed with the slingshot, guys. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. The stock market is a war field. It's a war ground. So come prepared like it, all right? You got guys like me with bazookas and heavy artillery. I got my buddies behind me. They're coming with heavy artillery, and you're coming with your buddies with slingshots. You don't stand a chance. I'm sorry. I'm just giving you a heads up, all right? DY calls, this is why I have DY calls. You see this? Clear uptrend, pull back, green candles come in, higher highs, pull back, higher highs over this. All right, pop, pull back, higher highs over this. Uptrend, pull back, higher highs over this. DISCA calls, 120 calls, saying that we can close, get near this. 120 calls. They had 110s and 120s. I know 120s are going to be imminent. That's imminent. All right, that's imminent. I'm thinking 110s easily. 120 is the challenge. But if prices can get near here and those 120s go up in price, I'll take my profits. See that pattern? All right, guys. Uptrend, pullback. Uptrend, pullback. Knocking down higher highs every time. Uptrend, pullback. Knocking down these higher highs. Uptrend, pullback. Knocking down these higher highs. Uptrend, pullback. Knocking down these higher highs. Uptrend, pullback. Giant green candle. And you don't need me to explain this to you, right? Knocking down these higher highs again. All right. See you guys here Sunday and Monday. Manage that risk in any case, and don't turn a $20,000 profit into, don't take a $2,000 profit where you should be taking a $20,000 profit. We're gonna retire here before those 20-year guys, those retired 62 guys. We're gonna retire before those guys. I guarantee you that. We just keep doing what we're doing here, okay? All right. Trade safe, guys. Manage that risk. Can't wait to see you guys Sunday and Monday, all right?